Hello, yes, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV. I'm on the Hobie 16 with Sam.
Hello, anyone in Canada, nice to see you.
Canadian. And it is blowing dogs off chains. It must be in the gusts well over 30 knots. So we are going to look at how can we go downwind when it's this windy and the boat just wants to nosedive every time you bear away. So let's just try to do it normally first. There might be a swim involved. So method number one, we're just going to wait for a big lull in the wind. During that lull, we're going to bear away, and then once we bore away, we're going to go dead downwind pretty much. So that, all right, yeah, so we're just waiting for this gust to go down. The bows are twitching like a rabbit's nose. All right, so the boat's settled there a bit, so taking it more downwind. Okay, and we're going fairly straight downwind here. We can tell that by the way the jib is coming to the other side. That's all right. So this is far less fraught with danger than actually hitting the regular angle when you're going fast, because we're just getting blown along. But if we do get a gust that's bigger, it's going to force the bows in and we are going to be flipped like something that gets flipped. All right, so that's method number one. Wait for the lull and just bang it straight downwind. So I think it'd be rude not to go for a jibe. So when we're jibing, when it's this windy, don't worry about pulling the jib across. We'll do that afterwards. So to get the main to come across as early as possible, going to travel in a bit, and what we want is just a little bit more boat speed. So I'm coming up a little bit to get a bit more speed. Okay, you ready? Okay, taking that speed and then wanging it downwind a bit. All right, you see the jib, it wants to wrap round the front, so pull it back. Okay, now pull it. We are goose swinging like a bad boy. Goose swinging with the jib out one side, main out the other side. Sam is dangerously going up to the front beam. Okay, just pull in the windward sheet a little bit. There we go. All right, so method number two, and this one is probably the safest. What we're going to do is let the jib off. We're going to let the downhaul off. And we're just going to do what is called ferry gliding. So what that is we're just basically going into a simple hove to position. So the main is out, the jib is out. Just go forwards a bit there, dudes. We've still got to keep the front of the boat down. The boat is going to get blown downwind very slowly. So if it's really windy and time is not an issue, this is definitely the safest way to go, because we're just sat here, we can have a chat. There's not too much risk of capsize. Yes, the boat is going to go sideways a fair bit, so you do need some space. So let's say we were ferry gliding like this and we're running out of space on the leeward side. What we need to do is a static tack. All right, so when we're doing this, you just need to stay really far forwards. Okay. So you're going to go up to that corner. So to do the static tack, yeah, you can go over there now. I'm going to bring the traveller in. I'm going to bring the main sheet in. That's going to put us head to wind. Yeah, leave the jib loose. As soon as we're head to wind, it is going to put us head to wind. As soon as we're head to wind, I'm reversing the rudders. Traveller out again. And now we're ferry gliding on the other tack. So we can just go downwind like this, even though that static tack is going to take us upwind a little bit. It is still a pretty decent way to go. All right, let's go and look at option number three. So for option number three, what we're going to do, if you go to the leeward side again, let the jib off. We're taking up rudder number 1. And now we're going to take up rudder number 2 as well. Go forwards a bit more, dude. Getting the rudders up is definitely proving to be the tricky bit here. And she's up, and she's up. Okay, get to the leeward side again. And what we're going to do is just using the main sheet, we're going to get the boat up into the wind. As we do that, we're going to go onto the bows. So the bows are now acting like rudders. Unfortunately, the GPS isn't working at the moment, but we'll have telemetry overlay to help us. Yeah, so we're going backwards pretty quick here.
Yeah, no, this is...
If we don't feel like we're going backwards very well, we can get further forwards, but we don't want to risk falling in, because that would be
a very...
yeah, pretty poor.
Not a great situation.
Okay, so yes, we are going backwards. Telemetry overlay is telling us how fast we're doing, but it feels like if you did fall in, you wouldn't be able to swim fast enough to keep up with the boat. So I'm just sheeting in the main sheet a little bit to turn us into the wind a bit more. We could do this all day. Okay, well, I think that's proved that point, that backwards is a pretty decent way to go. But how are we going to regain control of the boat? Well, Sam's going to have to stay really far forwards, and I am going to go to the back to try to get a bit of steering. Rudders are across the wrong way. There we go. So I've got the rudders across the right way. I could get rudder number 1 down. All right, you can get back on the boat now, Sam. And to get rudder number 2 down, I'm going to do like we did for the ferry glide, and I'm just going to do a static 3-point turn tack. Just watch out, we're going to tack round. You can stay where you are. Stick in the water. Other rudder is down. All right, so there we go. All right. Okay, so we are on to option number 3. This is really if things aren't going very well. Yeah, I should go down there now. And what we're going to do is put the boat on its side. Watch your hook, dude. And we're going to get onto the boat. Yeah, she wants to invert, but yeah, so if the water isn't very deep, this isn't quite so ideal. Okay, but once the boat is upside down, of course, it is quite a relaxing place to be. Just trying to get the righting line out. Are you okay there, Sam? Yeah. So you could just come and swim onto the underside of the trampoline. But this is a very relaxing way of getting downwind, especially if the wind is very strong and the water's deep. All right, so what we're going to do to speed things up a little bit is just get the boat up onto its side. We'll just do this by moving towards the back. It's windy enough so that just sitting here is going to bring the boat up onto its side. As it starts coming up, we're just going to move forwards.
All right.
So here we go, the wind is getting underneath there. So you can go forwards a bit there. Okay, forwards a bit more, keep going forwards. Okay, and then what we don't want is the boat to right itself, so the wind's blowing onto the top of the trampoline here, so just leaning in a bit, letting the jib off, making sure that's not going to pull. Checking the main sheet. Hold on, can I just have a look? Main sheet is definitely off. When we've got downwind enough that we don't have to go downwind anymore. We'll then go through the capsize righting process. All right, so as soon as it starts coming up, just grab on down here.
Yeah.
You ready? Okay, grab on now. Oh, yes. All right, so we can now get back onto the ship. So, do you want to just hold the stick and I'll do the sail? Yeah, so just keep it going up into the wind. Okay, so all right, so when it's this windy, we're trying not to let the main halyard get away from us. So what I'm going to do is just tie the main halyard off before I release the shackle. That way we know it's not going anywhere. All right, I just tie that off on the cleat and then take the shackle off the mainsail. There we go, there's that bad boy. All right, I'm just going to come round. You just keep steering if you want to.
All right.
Oh, it's lumpy. Well, it's lumpy for Vasiliki Bay.
Woo.
All right. Woo.
Feels like what it should be every day.
Sam is doing a great job on the stick. Yeah, put a foot under the toe strap, man. Just a little bit of security goes a long way, even if it is uncomfortable. Or you could go Hawaiian style and go right into the middle.
Right, in the middle.
Whoa! Whoa! This is like a fucking Bronco. And there we are. I hope that was entertaining and informative. Be back soon with some more on Joyrider TV. Thank you very much.